just missed the hole. And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. Our leader is up by a whopping 6 shots now. The 15th is a very important hole, the par 5, 553 yards from the back tees. Either makes or breaks around here at TPC Scottsdale. That huge penalty area to the left is to be avoided if you're to make a decent score. A good drive will allow you to go for this island green in 2. Although if you're too far back, no point taking it on as there's water everywhere to collect your ball. Laying up to the 115, 20-yard marker will give you just an easy wedge here and a chance to still make your birdie. Okay, time to return to the action. Lining up the birdie putt here. And the putt drops, now 11 under, heading down the stretch.
Whew, that is some pretty good breathing room. Out in front by a bunch.
Opting for the 9-iron. Hoping for a bounce here, preferably to the left. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
That is hunting for the hole. Well, that should limit the damage. Nicely done. And with that hole behind us, they're currently in the lead with Tiger Woods in second place.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
Oh, that's outstanding. Another great shot by our leader.
Huge tee shot there, Luke. What a display of power.
A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. The finishing hole at TPC Scottsdale requires a great drive. The big water hazard down the left-hand side and the church pew bunkers make it a very difficult drive. Anything out to those bunkers on the right will leave a good angle approach. But once you hit this shot, make sure you get the right area on the green if you're to make your birdie. And with this putt, he will win the event. A bit long on that one. All right, let's see if they can compose themselves and knock this one in to claim the title. Well done to this player who was able to tame TPC Scottsdale and walk away with the WM Open victory.
And an impressive victory it was there, Luke, in front of 125,000 fans on this Sunday.
Well, Rich, after that hot start, it's probably little surprise that this player powered through to victory.
It's very rare where you see a player absolutely dominate a field like they did in this tournament. Unbelievable job all around.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich Beam, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Genesis Invitational. Today's coverage is just about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and out on the course following our feature group is the delightful Henny Koyak. Hello, Henny.
Hi, Luke. I'm very happy to be following this particular featured group because there are rumours of quite the rivalry starting to bubble between these two players.
So it looks like they're trying to beat Colin Morikawa this week. That's ambitious. Seems like a friendly duel from the outside, but could create some extra sparks today.
I almost just have to laugh. Someone saying they're going to beat Colin Morikawa. Does that even happen these days? He's one of the most consistent players on tour. I don't know that he's beatable.
Well, he's been accused of having a balky putter occasionally, but you're right. Iron play as good as Tiger Woods in his prime. The short game's irresistible, but I think the most impressive thing about young Colin is his mindset. He's got a 40-year-old mind on a 20-year-old body. No wonder he's winning at a decent rate of knots. That's a nice-looking tee shot, that one. Well, what are we looking at with their approach shot, Rich? Because really that's all the challenge here on this par 4 second.
Luke, the second shot is straight back up the hill. Better take an extra club if you want to get it close.
What's in front of them, Henny?
Yeah, guys, he's looking at around 17 feet.
That was a gallant attempt. 4 feet to the cup. For the par. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently in 5th place.
And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Justin Thomas currently on top of the leaderboard here. Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the third hole, par 4. Elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
A par putt on the table. Well hold. Solid play finds that player moving up the leaderboard after that hole. So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 fourth has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Colin Morikawa setting up his shot. It's time to check on the leaderboard. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. The 6th hole at Riviera is one of the most famous par 3s on the West Coast, Rich. An absolute beauty.
It looks like a giant green donut with the bunker right in the center of the green, doesn't it? I love this hole.
Yeah, nicely played.
Slim chance here for birdie, but you never know.
Chance to sneak into the top 5 here. Shame it didn't drop. Yeah, not much to sweat there. And with that, he'll stay right there at even par. Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement of the tee.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it. But again, you push it a little bit, and now the barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Oh, good look at a birdie here.
This putt to tie Colin Morikawa.
Appears to have overcooked this one. It's just about 3 feet away. Well, what about that, Rich? A great display of resilience.
In the bunker with their tee shot. Nice save indeed.
Well struck. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Come on, look after us. Little bounce to the right here. Yeah, well played. Trying to get to 1 under here with this putt. Oh, that's a nice line. Just 2 shots back after that hole. The final hole on the outward half is a par 4 playing back up towards the clubhouse, Rich. It's a good par 4.
Only the big hitters are going to be able to carry that fairway bunker down the left-hand side. Most players are going to try and avoid it and even miss it the fairway out to the right-hand side, which is not a bad miss. From there, the second shot is directly uphill. Deep, deep bunkers on the front right part of this. That is not the place to miss it. Anything that a little bit long will leave you a downhill putt, but that's the safe play.
This putt for par here.
If this putt drops, they'll pull in front of Colin Morikawa. Let's see if they can start applying some pressure.
Oh, so close. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one. Rich, this player's just a few shots back with the last 9 to play. Did you prefer to be the greyhound or the bunny?
I want to be the greyhound. I'm sprinting away if I possibly can. This player's 3 back. They need to start sprinting.
Atta boy, good shot. Always nice to have a birdie putt. That's pretty tidy. You know, it's not if you make bogeys, it's how you respond. Well done. And what a way to jump into the top 10. A chance to get 1 under the card with this putt.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
He finds himself in a share of 7th.
Well, now, things have gotten interesting. Closing the gap.
The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. When you can't make them all, go tap it in. Just a short putt remaining here. Currently 1 under for the day. When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par 4s, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Moments like that deserve another look.
Yeah, this was a gift. Wasn't expecting this.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's one stroke in front of his rival so far today. Great stuff.
Currently 2 under for the day.
Managing to chase down the leaders, closing that gap. Gotta like it.
Second shot here on the 13th. See if he can get that one to come back to the left a little. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's one stroke behind his rival in this event.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. And this putt to move into second place. Looking really good. Well played. And with that, he'll move to 3 under par. He's currently just in second place.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Nice shot that. That should find the surface. That's just inside the range. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
They've just got to focus on hitting the back of the cup, guys. This is up the hill. Bit of extra juice needed.
That's frustrating. And this putt to move into a tie for first place.
And with only 4 holes to go in this event, Luke, this is a good opportunity, big moment for this player.
The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dogleg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
And as we move along to the next hole, they're currently tied for the lead with John Rahm.
And Luke, this rivalry we've been talking about is really looking like it will be down to the wire. Can't wait to see who comes out on top at the end of the event.
A chance to get to 3 under with this putt. And back to the course with the live action. This putt is about 17 feet long.
Oh, yeah, this is tracking nicely.
Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. And after that hole, he's no longer sharing top spot. He's at the summit all alone.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Second shot here on the 17th. Oh, what a shot by our leader. Getting ready to play their third. Currently in the lead by a shot. Yeah, good swing. This one's heading up onto the green for sure. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Let's return to live play now. Oh, these are good putts to make. Good for momentum. Right on 7 feet.
Looking for another birdie here. These are on rails, looking good.
Well, you're going to be hard to catch now if you keep making putts like that.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome looking second.
And he's not hit the mark on that approach. Getting up and down from here will win in the tournament. Didn't that look good for a long time? And they've got this putt to win the Genesis Invitational. Well, a spectacular week comes to a close. Congratulations to the Genesis Invitational winner, Riviera, the home of your champion.
It was a Hollywood ending for this winner. What a performance all week long.
And Henny, it goes without saying that this player dominated their rival today.
Yes, Luke, no one could catch this player, let alone their rival.
On behalf of Rich Beam and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, I'm Luke Elvey. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. UK Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Northern Shore Open is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth. And it's hello to Henny Koyak down on the course, following our featured group.
Hi Luke, great to be here. As this event kicks off, our featured group consists of two players who appear to have entered into quite the rivalry.
Well, this week, Henny, it looks like they're intending to beat the big-hitting Brooke Henderson. She might be a kind Canadian, but certainly a fierce rival.
Yeah, she's not going to say sorry. Just make sure you don't look in her trophy cabinet beforehand because you might get intimidated. There's some big major championships in there. Brooke Henderson, speaking of big, hits it big, got big game, and is just so lovely on top of it all. I almost don't want her to be beaten.
Yes, she's a born winner, isn't she, Brooke Henderson? This is going to be a tough rivalry, but one if you can win will certainly build your confidence. Oh, stop it. What a shot.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
And back to the play, shall we? A birdie putt awaits. It's half a chance of being holed, this one. Always nice to hold those for a birdie. So, still currently in the lead.